Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5e and we're doing monster tactics for the giant crocodile. So if you turn to page 324 of the monster manual, it gives you the stat block for the giant crocodile, which is, well, it's more powerful and stronger and got a couple of other options that you didn't have compared to the standard crocodile. Giant crocodiles are very aggressive creatures or animals, just like any crocodile whatsoever, and they live a really long time. So therefore, play them smart. They are not a stupid creature. They know what they're doing. That's why they manage to live for as long as they have. Now, crocodiles will congregate in fresh water, but they can also tolerate salt water, and they usually inhabit locations such as rivers, lakes, wetlands, brackish water that you would find in something like a swamp. They are an ambush predator, so they set up ambushes, they use stealth, they hide. Now I know it sounds strange, you're talking about a giant crocodile, it's so large. How do you hide something like that? Well, you're going to use water because they tend to hide below the surface of water. Then they will rush out, attack, grab their food once it gets close enough. Now, the crocodiles aren't just predators who hunt. They will scavenge, they will feed on carrion or dead flesh, and they will steal prey or meat or carrion from other predators given the chance. If they can get away with it, they will do it. Although the crocodile will bask in the sun because it's cold-blooded, this is unlikely to result in a situation where there's a crocodile attack, probably because they'll be too far away. Now, a normal crocodile moves a lot slower than a normal creature, so your party members have a speed of about 30 feet. Normal crocodiles move quite slow. The giant crocodile can move at the same land speed as a PC who has 30 feet, because that's its speed, it's 30 feet, but it swims 50 feet, so being in water is where it really wants to be. It is unlikely, though, as I said, to result in some sort of confrontation, simply because it's sort of a waste of its time. It needs an advantage, whether that be speed or surprise. So basking in the sun and then attacking is unlikely, but being hidden and then attacking, that's a very different story. What is much more likely is for a group of crocodiles to attack and for a giant crocodile to muscle his way in there to try to grab hold of the character when they enter the water or they get close to the water's edge. Or a giant crocodile will hunt alone because it doesn't really need assistance. It's a fairly powerful creature. It's much more threatening than a standard crocodile, and it will simply hunt for prey. Smaller crocodiles won't usually stand a chance against a larger crocodile, so they'll tend to keep their distance. So the crocodile will rush out from hiding, usually from below the water surface, bite onto its victim, and then of course once you've bitten on, you're grappled, which is one of the great aspects of any kind of crocodile. Each one of them have a requirement that you make a bite attack, and if you are successful with the bite attack, you have automatically grappled that particular target, which is awesome. And then they'll drag their dinner back towards the water. One of the things that crocodiles like to do is once they get them into the water, they'll take them down below the water to the bottom, and then they'll flip them over and over again, and they're literally trying to tenderize them, jam them under a rock, but also drown them underneath the water. That's really how crocodiles operate, and the giant crocodile is no different. The only difference I would say with regard to a crocodile and a giant crocodile is the fact that it gets two attacks, one with the bite and one with the tail. So when you go for your attack, when you pounce out of the water or come out of the water to attack your target or your prey, I suggest you follow up with the tail first. Go with the tail attack, knock your prey or the characters prone, and then follow up the attack with the bite so you have advantage because they'll be prone. So tail, then bite, so you have advantage with the bite attack. That means that your grapple is going to be far more successful, and you'll be able to hopefully drag them back into the water. If there are other crocodiles around, they usually won't contest ownership, as I said, for whatever the giant crocodile has grabbed onto, particularly if they are smaller than that giant crocodile. Giant crocodiles live a very long time, so they do not fight to the death. I mean, they're tough, they're aggressive, but if they know that they're in a situation which isn't going to be successful for them, they do bail out. So I would not suggest using something like the disengage action. I would go straight for the dodge action. It's the smartest option when trying to get out of combat, particularly if you can't outrun the thing that you're fighting. And it has a land speed which is equivalent to the player's characters generally, so therefore I would go with the dodge action. So what I'm going to do is just quickly show you what I have. I've got a scene that I've lined up, and I don't quite know why everything's shuffled around. Maybe because I didn't line things up correctly, but I thought I had. But anyway, so I've got a scene for you. I'm going to just open that up so you can see, and we're going to go through this very quickly. So here's our scene. You've probably seen this before. I've used the same map that I used yesterday for the giant frog, and we have our giant crocodile who should be underneath the water, swim underneath the water, and they can sit and essentially disguise themselves as a log of wood, or they'll just have their eyes showing. Often it'll just be their eyes so they can see. And they'll sit there and they're just very quiet and they just wait. So you can have it just by the water's edge, or swim up underneath, leap out, grab onto your target, and then, remember, tail first, then the bite. That tail gets them hopefully prone, and then the bite, latch on and drag them into the water. And that'll be the end of them probably. But that's probably the best way for using a crocodile, and it's how crocodiles actually hunt in the wild for real. Okay, that's how they operate. With regard to the bite, it's pretty significant in terms of the kind of damage that it does. That's 3 10-sided dice worth of damage that you get to roll, and you're adding +5 with an average of 21 on most of your rolls. You can use the average amount, which is 21, or you can roll the dice. It's up to you. And then, of course, with your tail, isn't too sloppy. That's 2 8-sided dice worth of damage, and you get to add +5 to that as well. So not too bad. Should work out pretty well for you, I think. Now, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in terms of the giant crocodile. If you found this useful or helpful, please share and like the video. If you're not already subscribed, then now is a good time to subscribe. And also hit the bell button so you get notified when I go live again, or when I publish a new video. I just want to say before everybody runs away, I will answer questions in the live chat, so by all means, please start typing something out before I finish up today. If you want to support my channel, watching more of my videos, there's quite a few tactic videos, and I'll keep making them. Somebody's already asked for the beholder, and I believe there was something else on my mind. I can't remember. Oh, that's were creatures and beholders. So I know I need to start working on that sort of thing as well. But I am working on the skeleton, so we're probably going to cover the skeleton tomorrow for those of you who are interested. But look, if you want to support my channel, watch more of my videos. There's heaps of them. I do one pretty much every single day. There's almost 500 of them now. I don't do Patreon, but down in the description you'll find affiliate links where you can buy stuff online. I get a commission, a small commission. You pay exactly the same price, and you don't even have to buy the thing that I've linked to, which is kind of awesome. Okay, so feedback in the chat box now would be great. For anybody who has any questions, I will answer questions unrelated to the giant crocodile. I will answer questions for players or dungeon masters. It doesn't matter. Okay, and just the last little thing, if you're not part of the live stream, then ask your questions down in the comments or give your feedback, because this isn't the definitive way to do everything, okay? Just because I've done a video on it, you can disagree with me. You can provide a better option. The more feedback we get on the topic, then the more of a resource it is for other people, and it's just not just Fred's idea of how monsters should operate. And that is where we're going to end. Okay, so till next time, keep rolling those 20s. Here's the I've got 20, right way round.